Hi guys, Alberto here. Welcome to the Bedroom Rocker YouTube channel. Today we are checking out the amazing Electro-Harmonix Soul Food Overdrive pedal. This pedal is based on the most mythical, most hyped and most expensive pedal ever created by humankind, the Klon Centaur. A quick search on reverb.com revealed prices up to 3,600 euros. So it's no wonder that many companies attempted to recreate the sound of the Klon Centaur in more affordable packages. The Soul Food comes at modest 90 euros, which is quite a steal compared to the original one. So let's take a quick look at what this pedal is all about. Then I'm going to show you the recording setup and a couple more sound samples, and then we move on to the review. Let's go! The Soul Food is not an exact replica of the Klon Centaur, but they definitely went for the same feel and tonal characteristics. So the pedal runs at a regular 9-volt power supply, but internally it converts it to a higher voltage, and this gives you more clean headroom and makes the pedal feel very dynamic and very nice under the fingers. It's got a volume knob to control the overall output, and it's got plenty of clean volume on tap. Then you have the drive knob to control the gain. It's a very mild overdrive. And adding the gain would also make the EQ of the pedal more apparent. So this pedal tends to cut a lot of the bottom end and lets the higher mids and the treble frequencies shine through. Ultimately you get the treble to control the overall brightness of the sound. Many people like to use this pedal as a clean boost by keeping the volume knob up and the drive knob down. These are the settings I've used for the introduction, and they are great because they give you a lot of playing dynamics. So you can really back off the volume on the guitar and play some clean chords, but you can also dig in, and this will kick the front end of your amplifier while retaining clarity because you're cutting off the bottom end frequencies. Also, you can use it as a always on type of pedal. So by keeping the drive knob down and backing off the volume a little bit, just sort of to add a bit of hair, a bit of top end sparkle or a bit of air to your sound. And this is great to brighten up some dark sounding guitar amp. And finally, you can also use it as a more regular overdrive pedal by increasing the gain. Now let's hear some more sound samples with the Soul Food. I'm gonna play a Fender Telecaster and a PRS SC Custom 24 using the Victory V40, and then I'm gonna use the Torpedo Wall of Sound plugin to load the impulse response of a Fender twin reverb cabinet mic'd up with a dynamic and a ribbon mic. So let me know what you guys think about the sounds. Make sure to write in the comment section below. I'm actually really happy with the recordings. I think I've managed to get quite a wide variety of good sounds out of it. I've used the entire range of gain in the pedal. As for the volume, I think you need to set it at least at 10-11 o'clock. That's when the pedal really starts to wake up and feel very nice, dynamic and responsive under the fingers. As for the treble knob, it has a very narrow range, so anything below 12 o'clock feels very muffled, anything above 3 o'clock already feels overly bright. Another thing to consider is that I had the V40 set quite loud, so the master volume was almost at full, and the preamp gain was also relatively high. It was still clean with the Telecaster, but the PRS was already kicking it into overdrive. And I think this pedal really needs this kind of environment to shine through. So if you play a tube amp with the master volume at 1 or 2, I think this pedal will just likely make your sound very, very skinny. And if you play a transistor or a modular amp, this pedal is also likely of no use to you. So this is something to consider. It's not a pedal that will sound good on every setup. It really needs this interactive relationship with the gain stage and the equalization of your tube guitar amp. Quality-wise, the pedal also feels very solid. It is a plastic enclosure, but the knobs all feel very smooth and don't crackle or don't make any weird noises. There's also nothing wrong with the switch. And inside of the pedal, you also get an optional switch between true bypass or a buffered bypass. Another thing about the Klon is that it's been so hyped that there are many great alternatives in the market right now. So there's the official reissue, which is the KTR Klon, but you also have the Wampler Tumnus, the J-Rocket Archer, the Mythos Mjolnir, and the Ryra, the Klon, just to mention a few. And I've heard a couple of comparisons of these pedals against the Soul Food, and I have to say, in general, I think they do sound better than the Soul Food. With that being said, they also cost at least double of what the Soul Food cost. So I think if you are really serious about the Klon hype, maybe try one of those. If you just want to get into that and see what it is all about, I think the Soul Food is definitely a great point to start. So that's it for today. If you like the backing track and the solo from the introduction, these were actually taken from a guitar course by Matt Schofield available at True Fire. If you're locked down in quarantine and want to practice guitar, make sure to check their courses. It's a great way to support your favorite artists now that they cannot be on the studio or on the road performing. Also, if you like this video, make sure to give it a like. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. And if you want to support me, I'll leave affiliate links to all the gear I have used in this video in the description box below, and also the link to my Patreon page. Keep on rocking and cheers!